president initiated Ghost Protocol. The IMF has been disavowed.
It's not as if any mission's going to be rougher than the last one, is it? Is it?
This week, movie preview reviews. Tom Cruise traveling the globe to stop nuclear terrorism in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
I want you to help me catch a killer of women.
Daniel Craig searches for a missing woman in the murder mystery, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. And Robert Downey Jr. faces off a new opponent in Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
I'm on my honeymoon!
What floor is it on?
130.
130.
How am I supposed to do this?
Tom Cruise's mission, should he choose to accept it, is to climb the world's largest tower in that scene from Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. One of 6 big new holiday movies I'll be reviewing this week on Movie Preview, including Sherlock Holmes' latest adventure, a different take on Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and a silent black and white film that's getting the year's best reviews and tons of Oscar talk. I'm Bryce Balkin. Our first movie, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, is the 4th entry into the Mission Impossible series, and while the other MI films were good, they have never been this good. This is one of the most exciting and thoroughly entertaining thrill rides I've had at the movies in quite a while. Tom Cruise leads the team as Agent Ethan Hunt, whose first mission in Russia completely backfires when a government building blows up. All blame points towards the team, who have to now clear their name as terrorists, and at the same time, stop a Russian madman from getting his hands on nuclear launch codes that could, what else, destroy the entire world. Also joining Hunt is the sexy Paula Patton, who's not afraid to get physical. The team also includes computer whiz Simon Pegg and a desk jockey who may have more of a history than he lets on, played by Jeremy Renner. And they supply the movie with what it has a lot of, comic relief.
Go to the extraction point, Ethan. Go to the extraction point! Oh, you're just gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Okay, I can wait. Okay, fine. There. We'll just screw the whole thing up on purpose.
This is a glorious picture just to look at, with international set pieces that serve the action scenes with a real grandeur. The one sequence I'll never forget is when Cruise has to climb the world's tallest building in Dubai, called the Burj Khalifa. I saw the movie in IMAX, which heightens this scene to such a vertigo-intoxicating level that you actually feel the sensation of how high up you are. And high-angle shots like this let you appreciate the majesty of the movie's cinematography. And that is not a stuntman you're seeing, that is actually Cruise doing the impossible. You think that's good? That's just the setup of a terrific extended action sequence involving a very clever bait and switch that leads to Cruise chasing the bad guy and a sandstorm chasing Cruise. And here's something no Mission Impossible movie could be without: a character proving his guts by jumping from a high altitude.
Jump.
Jump!
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol was directed by Brad Bird, who usually specializes in animated films like The Incredibles and Ratatouille, but here shows himself an effortless master in his action debut, giving the usual chases and shootouts real precision, timing, and craft. He knows it's plain fun too, just checking out those cool high-tech gizmos like eye scanners, latex masks, and underground entranceways. Most action movies feel like they're on autopilot all the time. Not this one. I left this movie feeling exhilarated and wiped out from its high-level energy. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol is the most fun you'll have watching a movie all year. And if you can, do yourself a favor, see it in IMAX. Our next movie, The Artist, is getting enormous Oscar buzz and such strong word of mouth that I just knew I had to check it out. So I did, and even though I didn't embrace it as enthusiastically as everyone else did, apparently, I still admired a lot of the movie's style, technique, rhythm, and ode to the times. The silent times. I like to think of The Artist as more of an interesting, experimental film. It takes us back to the glamorous Hollywood of late 1920s, focusing on the rise and fall of much-beloved silent film star George Valentine. The opening scenes show him as a crowd pleaser, living the high, luxurious movie star life, a true center of attraction. This man was born to entertain, and the spotlight loves him. Life is almost too good for George that we know the good is going to end, and it does. When his producers tell him silent pictures are dying, and the crowd wants words. So the new saying in Hollywood becomes, out with the old, in with the new. George falls into a complete depression and isolation as we see the backdrop of a new Hollywood with fresh stars emerge. One of them who George had a fling for while he still had his crown, the wonderfully named Peppy Miller. And here's a nice nod to the Marx Brothers duck suit mirror dance, where they meet legs first. Peppy doesn't forget the star George once was and offers him a chance at a comeback in these tough and talkative times. What you really want to look out for when you're watching The Artist is the way it's in love with movie making and the techniques it uses. Look out for the way characters are painted in silhouette or reflected through objects, the way music is dropped in, when everyday objects have a deep significance with the noises they leave behind, when dialogue is actually spoken, how the actors are framed, and the subtle way it shifts its gears from comedy to stark reality. So The Artist is certainly masterful on a technical level. On a story level, I don't think I was as hooked. Some of the scenes I thought were being too cutesy, and it took a while to get fully involved as human interest, since the opening scenes are just sunlit, glossy LA days. I don't think it's as good, for instance, as Sunset Boulevard, another Hollywood mythic tale of a silent film star lost in the shuffle. It is worth checking out, though, as a testament to the old studio days of production backlots and all those entertainers like Astaire and Rogers, Chaplin, and Marx, who knew how to express it in 1,000 words without saying one. Maybe Hollywood should have just shut its mouth in the first place when times, when movies, when messages were a lot simpler. When we come back, it's the London crime-fighting duo back to save the world in Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows.
You're drinking embalming fluid.
Yes. Care for a drop?